Good morning and welcome, viewers. I hope everybody is fine. You can quickly subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ultimate Mathematics Frederick, and you can also like my Facebook page, Ultimate Mathematics. And how to identify my page on Facebook is that on my profile you are going to see mathematics formulas. Yes, you are going to see mathematics formulas. Thank you very much. Let's begin with today's lesson. Today I'm actually going to introduce you to set. And I'm also going to dissect a whole lot of things, and you are going to understand that when we talk about set, actually it's very easy, as some people see it as not going to be easy like that. Let us quickly define what set is. When we talk about set is an expression which have a non-terminating decimal value. A non-terminating decimal value. What I want to say is that when we talk about set, actually, set is a number when inputted on a calculator in a square root. It gives you decimal values. So if you should input a value like root 2 on your calculator, you'll be getting a decimal value. If you should input root 3 on your calculator, you'll be getting a decimal value. And when you should input root 5 on your calculator, you'll be getting a decimal value. And actually, sets are simply a constitute of perfect square numbers and non-perfect square numbers. Let me take an example as root 20. When we have root 20 and want to break root 20 down, we are going to ask ourselves that we need to form a part of it that when you square a number, you should be getting that number, and a part of it that you can't square any number to get that. So we can break this down as root 4 times root 5. And basically, you can divide them, you can break them into two. So we have root 4 times root 5. So this side of it is a perfect square number. Is a perfect square number. And this part of it is non-perfect square number. Non-perfect square number. Which means that this part of it, the square of a number can give you this back. So finding the square root of this 4 will be giving you that number, that the square will be giving you that 4. So which is 2 times, this will still come back to be root 5. So our final answer will be 2 root 5. You can try root 20 on your calculator and you are going to see the results as 2 root 5. Okay. As earlier on said, we have perfect square numbers and non-perfect square numbers when it comes to sets. So perfect square numbers are numbers, simply numbers that when they are kept in the set, in the radical sign, they will be giving you an exact value. So let me take root of 9. It will give you 3. Root of 16 will give you what? 4. But when I should take root of 17, you can check for yourself that we are going to get decimal. And let me take root of 3. You are also going to get what? Decimal value. So this is the non-perfect square of it. So let's quickly look at the properties of sets. The first property I would like us to look at is when I have root of m times root of n. It's very simple because it's multiplication. And instead, you should also know that we have 1 here before the radical sign, but it's invisible. So as a beginner, what I'm going to show you is that there is 1 here, there is 1 here, but the 1 there is invisible. There is 1 here, there is 1 here, but they are invisible. So I'm going to have 1 times 1. Outside times outside, and the inside times inside. With the root sign, someone will choose to bring the multiplications and have no problem with it because you're a beginner. So my m times my n, which can be further expanded as 1 times the root of mn. and this is simply root mn. So let's take an example. When I have root 2 times root 3, root 2 times root 3, it means that I have 1 here, so 1 times 1, which is not so necessary when we are solving questions like that, but as a beginner, I'm just showing you what is going on. So I can just go straight forward and write my root 6. Let's take another property. When we have root a over root b, it can also be written as root all in root a over b. You can write it like this. So an example is when I have root 2 over root 3, it can be written as 2 all in root 2 over 3. The next property is when I have root k times root k, is going to give me root k squared, which is equal to what? K. This third property, I'm still going to elaborate on that after I am done with the properties, because in this video actually I'm going to talk about what surd is, and I'm also going to give you a gist on what the properties of surd as I'm doing right now. So the fourth property is very simple. When I have a root p times root k, what is going to happen? What is going to happen over here is that we know outside multiply outside. So it's a times 1. There is a 1 here I've earlier on said that is invisible. Then times the root of p times k. So we are going to get 1 times a is what? A root p k. Okay. So basically these are the properties of surd. And as I earlier on said, I'm going to still elaborate more on what? The property C. So when we have, let me use the same letter, or let me also use a different letter. When I have root b, elaboration. When I have root b times root b, I'll be getting root b squared. And I can also break this root b squared as, we know that in indices, and also when it comes to surd, the root sign that you see, the root sign is equal to half. The root sign that you see is equal to half. And that half is an exponent. So I have root b squared, which is also equal to b squared times what? The exponent half. So it's equal to b squared. So it's just like 2 times 1 over 2, which we know that we can consider this 2 under the 2 as 1. So 2 times 1 is what? 2 over 1 times 2 is what? 2. So we can see that 2 divided by 2 is what? 1. So we get b. And b exponent 1 is still what? B. So that is what we are actually talking about when it comes to the property C. Thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ultimate Mathematics Frederick, and also like my Facebook page, Ultimate Mathematics. Don't forget the logo or the profile picture that you see there is Mathematics Formula. Thank you, viewers, and bye-bye.